Finally, guys, after a day spent in 60k error hell, I finally made it to Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 Wave 1 PTU, and I spawned at the arbitrary above Planet Bloom in Pyro. First time, guys, these are my first impressions, my first experience, and it was rough. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, this was of course expected. I did not expect otherwise, right? It's the PTU, it's the dawn of a new era with new techs that are going to completely revolutionize the game. We should not be expecting otherwise. But boy, it was tough. It was really tough. So I was surprised to see first that the frames per second at the station were not as bad as what some Evocatties were reporting, so that was quite okay. And it's also true that once I got out of the hangar, which was difficult, I got the getaway. Granted, I guess a lot of players were inside that hangar and trying to get out of that station, right? It was a shard of 380 people, which could be felt. There were a lot of players that were around to be seen. Seems like this is a very busy PTU with a lot of players around us, so it seems that yeah, these are lots of full shards, and players are busy testing 4.0. That's great. That is the way it should be. But yeah, getting out of that hangar was difficult, but oh boy, was it rewarding. Getting out, seeing the beautiful planet bloom from below was definitely a rewarding sight for sure. Now, I did not stay there for long, although I did enjoy the view, the spacescape, which is definitely much prettier than the green mist, which has also improved above in Stanton. But I decided to go to the Stanton Getaway. Why? Because of course one of the first things that I wanted to try was the jump point between Pyro and Stanton. And I thought, you know, it would be my first time, maybe I'll die, maybe things will go wrong. So I thought, why not going to the Stanton Getaway station, the station right next to the jump point, to set my respawn point there in case something goes wrong, right? Because of course it's the PTU, you should expect things to go wrong. So I tried to go there, and as soon as I left the quantum mode, which has a nice little music, by the way, but as soon as I left quantum mode, yeah, I experienced some really terrible performances, some freezes as well. At some point, I even got a message telling me that the game was not responding at all, which was really odd here. I almost clicked on the end the program. I did not. I waited a little bit, and then the game just crashed. So eventually, it did close itself on its own. I eventually went back to my shard, which took some time. It took me 2 tries because the game instant crashed as soon as I clicked on join the game. The game instant crashed 2 times before being able to get back to where I was. Actually, I did not get back to where I was, because when I crashed, when the game crashed, I was actually quite close to the station, but when I came back, I was much further away. So something strange happened, but somehow the game put me back to some kind of position. I think that there was also maybe an issue here with the replication layer, perhaps, that was not in sync with my client. That is what I suspect happened here. So I decided to go inside the station, call the hangar. This time it worked, so I was quite surprised. I was expecting to press Alt-N many times, or F11, and then click on calling the station many times until I would get a hangar, but no, I did not. I was able to go inside, I was able to land, but I was very surprised also to see that the door were closing almost instantaneously, so I had to really hurry up and rush my entrance inside. Landed the ship. I tried to refuel the ship because I noticed that going from the arbitrary all the way to the Stanton Getaway consumed half of my quantum fuel in the C1. I know that they have refactored quantum fuel as well, they've rebalanced quantum fuel, so perhaps ships now consume more than they used to be. It's also perhaps something to do with the larger distances in the Pyro system. Anyway, the fact is that I had to refuel, because then going to Stanton, there would have been large distances as well from the Power Getaway to Hurston, for example, right? So I didn't want to get stranded in any form or capacity, so I had no choice to land. And then I thought, since I need to get my respawn point here, I would have to leave the ship, and surprise, I don't know what happened, but there was no gravity in the station, and it's as if the station wasn't there. I mean, it was there, but it also wasn't there. Nothing was interactable. I could not interact with the ASOP terminals. I could not interact with the elevator, and it seemed like whatever was happening, I was clipping through the wall, and it's at this point that I decided to call it a day. So yeah, not a fun experience, definitely an awe-inspiring experience with some of the beautiful sights that we get to see. Quite a change from the standard system, but it requires a lot of work. Not a surprise, it was definitely to be expected. But what is your experience here? Are you a Wave 1 PTU member? What's your experience with Star Citizen 4.0 PTU? Let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, I will be trying again as soon as there's a new patch, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to be notified when a new video is up. I wouldn't be able to make all of those videos without my Patreon members, including Dr. Forbin, Zero Crusher, Ducky2Ducker, and Shadow Rise. I have been Erad, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
When no one gets to play.